Why are you in somebody's house? You sleeping over one night? Just met the dude, and you already fucking in their house. Is that not crazy? Realistically, this relationship is never working. Like, no one wants you here. Like, bro, he turned it into a bully, bro. I'm not letting it slide. Look, see, this is the problem with y'all, and I'm gonna explain it because I already know people ain't gonna agree. I already know. Oh my god, here y'all go in my ear. Y'all, she's a married woman. She got eyes though. All right, let me stop. And look, said calm down, and then he risks his life for. I'm not gonna explain this. He's S tier, bro. Hey, we're here with the Stranger Things season 2 tier list. Obviously, I'm gonna go through all the characters, and then we're gonna place the new ones that showed up. I didn't add Toothless's mom on this because I don't think she's gonna be that relevant. But yeah, I love her. For sure. All right, let's just start, man. Oh, it was that. By the way, great season. Enjoyed it more than season 1. Some real stuff. I already talked about it plenty at the end of the last episode of the season, but it's a good season. So the teacher was a little bit less relevant this season, so I'm not gonna move him. Still a great guy. Still cool. Fuck with him. Here we go with Toothless. It's weird. Toothless is in a weird position because it genuinely feels like they made him dumber this season. Like, he was saying and doing stuff where I'm like, Toothless from first season is not doing all that. But I feel like maybe they were in a weird position because they have a kid. As smart as he is, it feels like they kind of tweaked his character a little bit to where he's more of like the book smart guy, but not really street smart. He doesn't really have that common sense, but he reads books. That's basically what they turned him into, the brainiac guy. But Mike and Lucas are a little bit more towards the kind of common sense type of intelligence to kind of balance it out. So with that being said, this dude goofy as heck. Bro, you have a new species that you don't understand, and like, you have to notice that it's growing extremely fast. You can't tell me it's not growing extremely fast and you're feeding it chocolate. First of all, what if it killed it? But if he realizes that earlier in the season, he realizes that it's a new species, and then he's excited about it. That's cool, whatever. He was going to show the teacher, which would have been the right move. But then Mike and Will talk to him and it's like, bro, we think that's from the Upside Down. And then he's like, he's still trying to protect it. Like, I get it. It's your pet, right? And then he rightfully twisted, everything. Like, he changed up what's 8 Muse, as anyone with half a brain cell would do. But man, and then the whole, like, he just kept doing stuff along the entire season where I'm like, they obviously made him dumber. You can't tell me they didn't make him dumber. Like, just little stuff like pressing the button. I did it. Repeatedly explaining demodogs. I'm like, just anyway. But he's still Toothless, and he was still useful. But everyone was useful. You know what I mean? Everyone was useful this season. But understand, I'm not keeping you up here with Hopper and L. All right, I'll knock you down a tier for now. I'm gonna put you right here, so I remember to change these people. Yeah, that's cool, because I'm not putting you down here with these dudes. Down here in B tier. That's fine for now. That's cool. L is still L, bro. L's a good kid. She threw a little bit of a tantrum, but it was a very understandable crash out considering her situation. And the fact that obviously she's a kid, so it makes perfect sense how she was acting. Same with Hopper. Perfect sense with him not wanting her to go out at all. I mean, his daughter died. You know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. What they did was understandable. They're still S tier. Incredible characters. Very useful. Goated. Alright? Don't need to move them. Yeah, everything they did was very understandable for sure. Jonathan? What did he do this season? Did he do much? I mean, him and Nancy did that whole plan with the CIA, and then went to Murray, figured all that out. But that's not really. I mean, he was cool. Yeah, he did his thing. He did his thing. I'm keeping the mates here, right? Good kid. He was about to hold Will by trying to turn off the heaters. Really tried to hold him a little bit, but hey, it was because he was fight. He was having a hard time with it. I can let that slide. It's all good, baby. Love you, Nancy. Oh boy. So basically, she's Jonathan, female Jonathan, except she can shoot a gun. In terms of like how I'm doing this right now, I'm thinking about this, but I feel unless I got it wrong, maybe I need to rewatch the scene, but they didn't break up, right? Especially considering Harrington came to her house with roses, ready to apologize for the whole little. So like she was technically in a relationship when she decided to put that pussy on Jonathan. And it's like, bro, Harrington is such a good dude. Let me go ahead and move Harrington real quick. Harrington is such a good dude, and you do that to him, bro, after calling the relationship bullshit. She didn't remember it, so I'll let that slide. But not like you couldn't wait or try to wait, considering you're in somebody else's house, bro. You over there riding Jonathan pipe while you in somebody's house. You sleeping over one night. Just met the dude, and you already fucking in their house. Is that not crazy? Is that not crazy? If you okay, let's say you went to someone's house. You met him for the first time. A private investigator, mind you. So you already know he nosy. You already know he be trying to get into everything. You spend the night over there. This adult giving you alcohol, by the way, mind you. And you over here, you and Jonathan are crazy. But Nancy, I have to drop you down a tier because you're the one in a relationship. So gotta do that. Harrington, let me go ahead and explain a little bit more. Harrington's goated. Him taking care of these kids. I mean, he loses fights, but he's still gonna swing that bat at a Demogorgon. He's still gonna swing it at a Demodog. Shit, he might even swing it at Demodiddy. All right, so he don't ever back down from any fight. He over here trying to help Toothless get a girl. Was the advice bad? Yeah, but he trying, right? He over here he helping what's it called? Well, fortify the junkyard in order to handle these Demodogs, right? Like he's about the smoke. He's never backed down from smoke. He know Billy got about 20, 30, 40 pounds on him. He's still gonna go outside and meet him, catch a fade with him. He absolutely has to. Love him. Harrington's goated. And on top of that one scene he had with Nancy where it seemed like he understood what was going on between Nancy and Jonathan. He was cool. He was chilling. Is his heart broken? Sure. But to be that mature about it, I don't care. I'm done explaining it. You either see it or you don't. Joyce Byers. I'm trying to think. Okay, so when he was drawing the shit, and then they were putting it all over the house. Oh my god, Joyce was locked in. She's the one who looked at the camera and saw the monster, right? Saw Demodiddy. And she's the one who put the drugs in Will, put his ass to sleep. That's his mom. And she's still like, I gotta do what I gotta do, right? She's the one who turned up the heat on his bitch ass. Get that demon out my son, that virus. Love that. She was locked in. She might be S tier. She did a lot more to her son that I thought she would be willing to. Big ups for that. We got the trio here. Lucas, And not to mention Harrington really got the pause put on him for them kids, man. He keep getting his ass whooped, and I gotta respect it. If he gets his ass beat in season 3 again, but like he wasn't ducking the fade, I might make a whole new tier for Harrington. Lucas, good character. I mean, he's been doing his thing. Solid. He told Max what was up, but that was a whole, like, you know, he got a crush. That's cool. But I'm not putting him in S tier. Am I? Nah, because if I put him in S tier, then I would have to put Mike in S tier, right? And I'm not putting Mike in S tier. Let me go ahead and say that right now. Because look, was he useful? Absolutely. I would say in terms of usefulness, he is probably up there with an S tier, like compared to last season, that is. But you are just so mean, bro. You're so mean to Max, like in a very weird way. Because, okay, by the way, let me go ahead back to Nancy, because I just thought of something. Nancy, she danced with Toothless. That's so sweet. But that night with Jonathan in somebody else's house, mind you, you're over here, you couldn't be like, I'm with Harrington, but we can't. That would have showed like, okay, she has the interest, but you know, I don't know, maybe I'm tripping. I just feel like them fucking hurt the characters, man. I feel like them fucking hurt the characters. I feel like if they went without them fucking and like avoided it in any way, like still showed the interest, showed the spark, the electricity, some might say. If they just didn't fuck when she was still with Harrington, even though they had the little spat, I would be chilling. And the story could still go on the way it did and be fire. I gotta keep you down here. I fuck with you though. I do. Man. But Mike, I was gonna put you down here, but you've been too locked in. You tried to save them soldiers, understanding the spy. He was too locked in. You're so mean to Max because you're so obsessed with L, as if Max is gonna replace L. You know damn well Max ain't gonna replace L. It'd be different if he didn't have this exact situation in season 1. Bro, you tried to bring L into the group and everybody was like, no. And there was actual reason why L shouldn't be part of the group. El Diablo, she got powers, bro. Tell your parents, tell somebody. What the fuck she doing here? But no, because you fucking weird, bro. You're so obsessed with her. Realistically, this relationship is never working. Like, why are you so... Anyway, you're so obsessed with her, but like the moment Max tries to join the party, is she cool? Got a top score on a video game? Got an abusive brother? You right here being the abusive friend. Like, no one wants you here. Like, bro, he turned it into a bully, bro. I'm not letting it slide. Look, see, this is the problem with y'all, and I'm gonna explain it because I already know people ain't gonna agree. I already know. Here's the problem with y'all. Y'all allow how much you like the person to determine whether or not what they did was fucked up or not. What? He was so mean. If Mike was a random character acting that way towards Max, you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with that person? It's even worse that it's Mike because his friends are fucking with Max. And he right here, what are you still doing here? Like, bro. And Max hasn't been anything but cool. At least, you know, past the stalker, you know, when she threw the shit in the trash because y'all were stalking her. But even then, he didn't fuck with her. Max is not gonna replace L. And even if she did, what, Lucas can't have a girl but you can? Oh my gosh. Nah, I gotta bump him down. I gotta bump him down. I gotta bump him down. It's not my fault. He was being weird this season. Like, that's... You got a crush on a girl you haven't seen in almost a year, bro. And you gonna act this way? I couldn't imagine. Whatever. I'm sticking with it. Will's a weird one. Because Will wasn't really Will for this season. So, to be fair, even though I wanted to light his ass on fire for half the season, I'm gonna leave him alone. I'm gonna leave the kid alone. I'm gonna leave the kid alone. Because, yeah, he wasn't really himself. But I can still judge him. I can still judge him based off of before he got infected. Which, how the fuck does that work? How did he actually get infected? Now I'm thinking about it. Because when he was in the middle of that field, he wasn't in the upside down. How did he get infected? Like, because I assumed the infection came when all the smoke and shit was went into his body. Or maybe that was like catalyst. Maybe he was always infected. I don't know. Anyway. Him hiding what was going on inside his body, I get it. But it's different if it, like, when you know the situation, bro. Like, if I went to hell, if I went to hell and I was throwing up demon slugs into the sink, I'm telling somebody. If I'm having visions of hell, he did tell the doctor that, but he was kind of coasted to that whole situation. Yeah, honestly, now that I really think about it, he was kind of fucked, because he was telling people shit and they were not helping. They were not helping, but I understand why they weren't helping, because it was, unless you're him, you don't really know, and then it's the upside down. It's weird, but you couldn't. I mean, I guess he didn't have to tell them that darts came out of him, or at least that's what we thought at the time. Yeah, no, he good. Now that I'm like really talking about it, see, this is why we got to have a conversation about it. No, he good, bro. He A tier. I'm not gonna touch him. Yeah, he's cool. Barb dead. I keep wanting to call her Nina. What is her name? I just keep calling her Mama. So Mama, she over here trying to fuck a high schooler. I'm not letting it slide, bro. I'm not letting it slide. Is she fine? Yes. So I can't blame Billy. She a married woman though, Billy. Oh my God, me and Billy got a lot in common. Whoa, no, shit. No, but Mama, you can't be. I'm gonna leave you a B tier. I don't got much to say. You didn't do much. You've been on the phone all season, and then you would take your little bath in your little sexy ass robe and shit. All right, stop. All right, he ain't do much. Ted fucking blows. Like, bro, you got this at home. She shouldn't be looking at old high schooler like that, bro. But the way you act is just like, our job was crazy, honey. Like, while she was in the bathtub, I would have been rubbing her feet, because like, what are you doing with this queen in the house and not doing? Anyway, nah, I can't let it slide, bro. You married, lady. You married. I gotta knock you down this here. You married, and that is a high schooler. Wait, does she know that? She might not know that, now that I'm thinking about it, because she would have to see Max. All he said was that he was Max's big brother, which could mean he's not in high school, technically. So, okay, I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. But now you're married, though. Oh my gosh. You're married, but she ain't do nothing. She ain't do nothing. And she didn't know he was in high school. I guess I don't know how old he is. He could be 18. I don't know. But she's ignorant. She married, but she didn't do nothing. So you can peep the merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Can you not peep the merchandise? If you're aware that that's an adult. You can't peep the merchandise? Oh my God, here y'all go in my ear. Y'all, she's a married woman. She got eyes though. All right, let me stop. Look, she ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna let it slide. And she married to Ted. Like, that's the thing I'm really stuck on. She's married to Ted. Ted, Ted. I'm not gonna say it. It's YouTube. I ain't gonna say it. Nah, Ted should. Ted is for sure a cuck, bro. You can't tell me. He's for sure that chair in the hotel room in the corner is meant for him, bro. He with that? How you think he landed that? Cause he was letting other people. Anyway, nah, he ain't. Let me chill off Ted. Let me chill off Ted. Ted cool. Ted does seem like a stern individual, so I don't think he going for that. Let me get off Ted. Let me get off Ted. Let me stop. Cause I know she never get on Ted. She had them 2 kids. Said I'm done. Nah, but okay. Let me focus. Holy shit. All right. So yeah, you're dead. You ain't been around. You ain't been around in the show or in their life. Thing 1 and thing 2 ain't been around really. I mean, there was one scene with this chick, but I think they broke up. And then he's still weird. Now that I think about it, he was in that one scene with Billy. He ain't been around. He might be alive, but who cares? All right. Billy. Let me stop. No, dude, is he not kind of cool? There's plenty of bitches in the sea. I'll be sure to leave you some. I think that's automatically B+. I think it's automatic B+. Is it not? That's the craziest line. And he just out and he be getting beat up by his dad. So it's like, how am I gonna judge him for being a piece of shit? You know what I mean? He might be racist. Possibly. I don't know for sure though. So I'm gonna let it slide. And even if he was, again, considering his dad, like, his dad's fucked. Sometimes you gotta look at the parents. Like, when you look at a person, you gotta look at the parents and blame them. It's like, but he cool. I mean, no, he's not cool. He's not cool at all. He's fucking abusive. But again, it's like, damn, he's in a crazy situation. At least he got crazy lines. And he over here trying to mac with old girl. Like, oh my God, we really the same. Oh my God, we're really this. Now that I'm really thinking about it. Y'all don't even need to know that much about my life. So I'm putting him A tier. He seems cool at basketball. He seems like, plant your feet. He's not evil. Even though he tried to run over the kids, but was he really gonna run? Nah, but speeding towards the kids by itself is crazy, even if you weren't planning on hitting him, which I really hope he wasn't planning on hitting him. But like, making Max being so mean to Max is like, I gotta put you down. But his lines be fire. He got swagger. I'll put him in B tier. I'll put him in B tier because I genuinely feel like he needs a chance, and he needs a chance, and things will turn around. He needs to just chill the fuck out. Does he not need to chill the fuck out? And honestly, it looked like he was about to kill Harrington, bro. But I gotta respect the hustle he be showing, bro. Ladies, he got him. Right? Handles, he got him. Weights, he got him. His head's just fucked up because of his dad, bro. Maybe, but there are plenty of people with fucked up dads that don't end up fucked up. So I can't give him all the grace. I gotta put you in C tier, brother. I think I realistically trying to put aside some of my bias. First of all, this whole tier list is biased, obviously. It's just opinion. But if I'm really trying to be objective about it, he's not up here. He's probably D tier. But oh my God, he's C tier. But if he ends up smashing Mike's mom, he might go S tier. He might. No. All right, he's C tier. He's C tier for now. The doctor got to be S tier, right? Useful, reasonable. Here's the thing. People are gonna. I can see it. I don't really watch reactors anymore. I used to way back in the day. I don't really watch them anymore, but I just know what it looked like. I just know when this guy was like kind of dismissing what Mike was going through, people were like, oh, this doctor sucks. Not to me. What he was saying was so reasonable. He's not in the upside down anymore. Of course he's going to be traumatized. So like, yeah, that does make sense. But like the way he was talking to Hopper, like, come on, these pumpkins could all just be dying. Like, come on, bro. But then once he realized shit was real, he got real with it. And then he could have done, I'm sure, dastardly things to to Nancy and Jonathan. But no, showed him the truth and like said, calm down. And then he risked his life for I'm not going to explain this. He's S tier, bro. And while we're at it, Bob, S tier. Do I need to explain it? Max. She's not, again, like these characters, useful, great character, but is she up here with the people who are sacrificing themselves? I'm not put. She's cool. She's with Lucas, Toothless, Will. Good company, Jonathan. Good company. She's great. She's a great character. Callie, weird character. Her episode was an episode of Gotham City. She surprising to this was surprising to me, but she really got attached to Elle very quickly. Surprising. Like really felt like they were sisters. Very surprising. But you know, if she felt like things were missing, whatever, they got psionic abilities, maybe they feel things differently. We never really approached that idea, right? So whatever, a little weird, but and like the way she grew up, you understand it, the stuff they went through. But she wasn't evil, right? She wasn't evil towards Elle. She obviously grew up in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she's really cool though, and she helped train Elle a little bit. I mean, yeah, hey, sure. I don't know. I don't want to think about her too much. I don't know. She was in one episode for real. She was in two, but one episode with her personality. Murray is hilarious, great at his job. Esther, very useful. He doctored the recording and exposed everything, and gave Barb's parents closure. I was gonna put Barb's parents on here, but I'm like, I don't even know if they're ever gonna show up again. It's now that Barb's had her funeral. I hope the mom shows up. Anyway, so Murray, incredible at his job, by the way. He figured out a lot by himself, while Hopper was really playing A1 defense. So gotta respect that. He's good. He's freaking good. And you know, he gave Nancy and Jonathan that he kind of put everything out there for them. Let them spend the night. A little weird, but hey. Anyway, it's cool. I think this is a fine list. Let me look at it. Let me go ahead. Look, he just didn't do anything this season. I mean, last season was so good for him because he was really being helpful, and I still can't get over him really spending his time on the phone with them kids when that agent team was on the couch. Like, that's so respect. That's so I gotta keep a mess here. Sorry. All right, so that's my tier list. That's what I got. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Keep your head up. Peace.
I'll walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and I fear no evil because I'm blind to it all.